I hope he's going to be found guilty, I would imagine, and I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did, Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this. He worked so hard and so well. Everybody liked him. I've been watching. Even the left is having a hard time.
President Trump on board with the idea of Utah seeking the death penalty in the Charlie Kirk assassination case. You heard how fervent he was and how much he cared about Charlie.
Yes, indeed. This as investigators look into suspect Tyler Robinson's roommate as a possible co-conspirator. So that begs the question, what are the next legal steps in this assassination case?
Let's ask Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Donna Rotunno, and she joins us now. Donna, thanks for joining us this morning. So what are the next steps here? And talk to us a little bit about the roommate as well.
Sure. So obviously this investigation is going to continue. Even though you have Mr. Robinson in custody, this investigation will go on for as long as the case goes on, I'm sure. Anyone that had any contact with him, especially a roommate, someone he spends probably the most time, someone who has the most opportunity to observe him and the way he acts, and law enforcement is going to want to see if that roommate had any information leading up to this horrific crime to shed light on either what he knew or was he involved? Did he help? Did he plan? Was he part of the execution of this in any way, shape, or form? Did he do anything to aid Tyler in this killing in any way? And so that's what they're going to be looking at. I'm sure they'll look at cell phones, communications, Snapchat, anything that they would have done leading up to this horrible, horrible shooting.
The other thing to bring up, too, I thought it was interesting on that Discord exchange. They said he's going to a drop point to pick up a gun. Now, let me ask him. I mean, go to a gun shop. There's pictures of him as young as 7 years old holding a gun. So obviously the guns are familiar with his family. Why are you picking up a gun at a drop point?
Well, absolutely. Obviously, if you're picking up a gun at a drop point, you're either trying to hide something, conceal something, or make sure someone doesn't know what you're planning on doing with it or had done with it. So I'm hearing now that this Discord is really a place where they're starting to see a lot of communication about these types of acts. And so I'm sure law enforcement, not only state law enforcement, but I'm sure the federal government is very involved in getting to the bottom of all of this.
Donna, let me ask you about the suspect's father. Of course, he turned in his son to authorities. As we see more and more parents being held accountable when their child commits a horrific crime, a mass shooting, for example, I'm just curious, does Robinson's parents face any possible liability in a circumstance like this?
I do think in many circumstances. Now, remember, he was 22. He was, I believe, living in a dorm, so not in the home. So I think it makes it a little bit more difficult. But I do think in this circumstance, dad being a sheriff, parents turning him in, I think that will really probably alleviate them from any real liability, given the fact that they are the ones that turned him in. I do think, and if we really think about it, these families become vilified as time goes on. And I think by turning him in, hopefully they change, for their sakes, the public perception of them, and the public will look at them and say, thank you for doing the right thing.
Right.
Well, they also need to give more answers as well. Whenever these events happen, no one wants to vilify the parents, but people want to know what happened, what led your child to do this, so we can see signs and help children who are suffering through mental health in more effective ways. And it just seems like the parents are hands off them because they're going through a lot, but the society needs to know what happened very fast. Last word.
Well, sure, just to prevent it from happening again. I mean, learning from this. So, and what parents can do if they are concerned. And if they are concerned, better to speak up before your child acts than after.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Don.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.